Hello everyone. Bluebook January is coming and I've got a couple of new projects that I am going to be working on. And this one is something that I thought I would give people a heads up on because it is a daily do one little page a day for a year kind of thing. So if Glue Book January starts on the 1st, I kind of wanted to give you a heads up in case you want to do something like this so that you could get ready for it ahead of time. I tried to do this last year and I got as far as making the pages and that was it. So that's the whole idea, is to get some pages together and some little bits and to just be able to do a single page, 5 minutes, nothing special, just glue some stuff down every day, something every day. Now, that might not work for me because I don't really get a chance every single day to spend 5 minutes. So I'm still going to do it, but I'm not going to pressure myself into making sure that I get something done every single day. I may only get to work on it one day out of the week, and so I will come and mess around with it when I get the chance. And it's a small enough thing that, I could do it pretty quickly, I'm hoping. So the pages are, when they're folded, they're 5 by 5 inches, so they're really small, and they shouldn't take very long at all to do. So what I did was I grabbed some different variety of things to make the pages with, and I mostly tore them, but you can cut them, anything. You can make it any size that you want. It would be easier to, and faster probably, to do like a 4 1/4 inch square. And then you could take a regular, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and just cut a couple strips out of the paper and fold it in half and be done with it. Of course, I had to do something different and have 5 inch squares. So I just grabbed a bunch of different kinds of things, some paper bags, some paper, some scrapbook paper, some book text, ledger paper, wrapping paper, just a bunch of stuff, whatever I could find. Not all of the pages are 5 by 5. Some of them are a little smaller. Some of them, here's another couple of smaller ones. Some of them were really white when I got done with them, and they kind of stood out for me. I don't necessarily want to cover the whole page. I want it to be more of a, if some of the background were to show up, that's fine. I want it, I don't want to cover all of it up. So I wanted the pages to not be, really, really ugly. So I did coffee dye some of the really white-ish pages just so that they look like they belong together a little bit better. Didn't dye all of them, just probably half of them. So I gathered my pieces of paper. I cut them into, actually it's 10 inches by 5 inches, and folded them together. I dyed them. I did get 92 pieces of paper. So 92 pieces of paper when folded, a piece of paper when folded gives you 4 pages. So 92 of these pages gives you 368 pages. So since you can't really get 365 pages very easily, I went ahead and did the extra pages just so I could write, maybe an introduction, or when I get done with it, the last page can be, signing, I finally finished it on this date, or just some extra pages to do whatever, just some extra pages. So at least I have 365 pages, so I can do something once a day if I want to. And I am going to, for myself, I think I'm going to work on pages by themselves. I'm not going to sew them together. I tend to waste time when I'm looking for an empty space, an empty page in a book. I tend to waste time looking, and since I don't have a whole lot of time to spare, when I do get a chance to do something, I just want to grab the pages, glue down some stuff and not worry about it. So I'm just going to leave them blank this year and see how it goes. Maybe next year I'll sew them together, but see how it goes and just do it that way. And then at the end of the year, or when I do get all the pages done, then I will find a cover, make a cover, it depends on how fat it gets, and then sew them into a book. So these are the pages. There's a lot of them. It's a lot. It's going to be a pretty big book. So we'll see how it goes. And maybe at the end of the year, if I only get half of them done, maybe I will just sew those that I get done into a book and call that, 2024's daily book that I only did half of. I don't know. We'll get to that point, later on. So that's the pages, and I'm going to have them in a container so that I can see it easily and grab it when I want it. I probably will just keep it out here so that I can work on it. I don't have to find it at all. I can just work on it. So the whole idea is I've got this jar, and I have been, when I come across something interesting, I throw it in the jar. Sometimes it's from daily life. Sometimes it's I'm cleaning something up or whatever, and I found something interesting, or I've come across something in a magazine, or I find things all over the place. I'm always collecting something. So when I do come across something, put it in a jar, put it in a basket, and so I have stuff to mess around with when I've got the time. And then when I've got time, 5 minutes, take a couple of things, and go ahead and make a collage, glue it down, go on to another one, whatever it may be. I don't need it to be pretty. I don't care if it's, worth posting anywhere. It's just mainly something for me to do, just something for me to do in a short amount of time so that I can feel like I'm getting something accomplished and having fun. I just want to have some fun. So that's all this is. It's just, one of those. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be anything special. It's just a serendipity book, I suppose. Just randomness glued together for no good reason, but just to glue. It's kind of on the same lines as maybe a glue therapy book. Doesn't matter if it turns out. It doesn't matter if, it's the page is full or whatever, because I kind of like just the way that looks. So yeah, it's just one of those. So I'm hoping that I will be able to do, something once a day. But I'm not going to pressure myself into, oh, I didn't, 10 o'clock at night, oh, I didn't do my 5 minutes. my collage today, so I better sit down and do it. I don't want it to be one of those stressful things. I really enjoy fiddling. I just like to fiddle. And so this is one of those just fiddle away and don't worry about if it turns out or it doesn't turn out or whatever. The key to this for anyone who wants to do it is when you are gathering your little bits, make sure that they are bits that interest you, that you like the looks of, that are fun. You don't want to put anything in there that's ugly, that you don't like. At the end, you want to like the collage. So make sure that needs some color. So make sure that the things that you gather together to use are things that you really enjoy, that you like. There's nothing worse than trying to make a collage with things that you don't like. I guarantee you're not going to like those pages when they get done. So just randomly glue stuff down. It should be fun. I'm hoping that it'll be really relaxing. Like I said, it's one of those, I'm not going to pressure myself into anything. I'm going to enjoy the process and see how far I get, and it should be fun. Like I said, I was trying to do this last year and got as far as making the book and never did any of the collages. So that's what this year is all about here. It's one of my projects. A daily glue book. A one-a-day glue book, I don't know. A page-a-day glue book. A page-a-day glue book. Something small. Don't make it too big. It gets a little overwhelming if you do that. So that's it. I just wanted to give you a heads up in case anybody wanted to join me in this little project and wanted to put their pages together ahead of time so that they would be all ready to go. Good luck. Thanks for watching.